today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. Wilson and the Indianapolis Colts versus Kyler Murray and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football, rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Handed inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at below.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
At the 42.
So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a three-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
11 more on that one, and another first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. From the 29, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. Shepard. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, so much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets...
They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He's at the 50. The 30, the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now the extra point.
For the point after.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
At their own 25.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this is not something they want to see. George Kittle, such an important piece to the puzzle, is still down here. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal.
4th down.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they are on the balls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we talk about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back to Taylor on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
The 39-yard
from the gun, Murray. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down, Seahawks.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line.
Gain of 12.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Dancing to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Sione Taki. And to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They give to Taylor out of the gun. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people have to don't tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He'll get this underneath to Bell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. They'll go for it. Not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Le'Veon Bell stopped short of the line to gain. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
21 yards.
The end result, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Murray has it knocked loose, fumble, and the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson to Shepard, complete over the middle. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. The Chiefs seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, and they trail the visiting Bills in that ball game at halftime. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2nd and 6.
Shotgun now for Murray. Eagle out caught, left side. And now the ball's out. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
On the play.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Out to the right here to Shepard. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. George Kittle, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
Cody Parkey lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Parkey with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Seattle.
Operating from the gun. Murray. This one brought in by Jefferson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Justin Jefferson.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He's had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
4-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations,
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Number 14.
From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Youngway Koo.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no thought of a return here for Hines. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Devin White. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Eluding the pressure right. And he goes out right around the 39. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The throw complete to Dorsett. And now wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Wilson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Throwing again. Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Here's Wilson. Steps away to his... Oh, no, he lost the football. fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Goes underneath for Bell.
Wilson.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them...
The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to take possession of football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Wilson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
7-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
And he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jonathan Hankins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw, Murray. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field.
1st and 10, Taylor down. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Number 28.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 16-yard line.
Now Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Murray to throw. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going for it. It's Murray being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And, the stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Murray, one final try, and this is going to be caught. It's caught, and they've won the football game.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Brandon, you know I love boxing, right? You know I love big fights, right? I had given them the standing 8 count a few times along the way. And look at how this one ended.
Yeah, they had, well, I guess 9 lives, just like a cat, kept fighting, and they're in the end making the huge play to get the game winner.
I guess that's the epitome of you always have a puncher's chance.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one.